Alrighty folks, today we got a 2001 Silverado. Complaint is that the AC is not working, only blows hot. I first popped the hood, inspected it. I can see that there's a little bit of residual oil on the compressor clutch itself. It's already blowing hot. Went ahead and did an evac anyways, just to make sure that there's no freon in the lines. Went ahead and hooked up the smoke tester up to it, and after smoke testing it, we did find that the smoke was coming out what it looked like the front shaft seal. So we'll go ahead and replace this guy, and then we'll charge it back up with freon and retest from there. Alrighty folks, so during the smoke test here, we did find that the output shaft seal on the AC compressor was leaking. That's why there's oil residue on the compressor clutch, and that is why we can see the smoke coming out through that area. Alrighty folks, so I got a little bit ahead of myself, but we're gonna go ahead and get started on the compressor remove and replace. We've already hooked up the vacuum pump to make sure. We're going to evacuate here in a little bit once we replace it. I've already taken the belts off. I've popped this guy loose, and I've popped a couple bolts loose and taken that little connector off. But once we replace the compressor with the new one, we'll do an evac and then charge it back up and do the retest from there. Alrighty folks, so we got the old compressor out. So you can see here, once we get a little closer, you can see all the little like residue from the oil. The new one's fully cleaned. A big important part on these guys. So these, as you can tell, the new one does not come with an AC compressor switch sensor. So you do have to transfer them over. It does take the little snap ring pliers to pop those off, and then you transfer it over to this side right there where you see the snap ring, and then we'll pop it on the truck and charge the system and retest from there. Alrighty, y'all, so another quick little update on this guy. Another important part I know right now, just looking at it, these are the seals that the compressor comes with. I know just looking at it right now, you'd be like, oh, sweet, they go right there, right? No, that's not it. So they actually sit on the lines themselves. And so you'd have to come in here, pop these guys off, and then swap them out. The reason you don't want to just lay them down right there and put them on is because you'd end up double gasketing it and you'd have a leak for sure. Alrighty folks, well, we're back. We got the compressor in, belts on, all looks good, nice and tight. We've already started the evacs, already been running for a while. Our gauges are actually looking really good. We're at about -29 on the low side, which is the specs you want to be at for a evac on these Chevys. So what we'll do now is we're going to close the gauges up here. We're going to close those valves and see if it holds pressure and how long it'll hold pressure for. If it drops pressure, you know, within a couple minutes, there's still a leak. If it holds pressure for the next 30 minutes, then we'll fill it up with the Freon. Alrighty folks, well, it's almost 10 p.m. and the customer's ready for me to leave. So we're going to speed this up a little bit. We let it sit for about 15-ish minutes. You guys can see that the pressure stayed the exact same, did not drop nowhere, stayed at 29. You can kind of tell. So we're gonna go ahead and fill it back up and fire it up and see if she blows cold. Alrighty folks, so we're back this morning. We ended up needing this little adapter to do the recharge on the truck, so we had to hold off. So we're gonna do the evac again and let it sit and hold pressure, and then we'll fill it up and we'll update you guys here in a second. Alrighty folks, so the truck is running, compressor has started to kick on. We just started the recharge on it, so it's only got a little bit of freon in the system. That's why it kicks on and kicks off. So we'll continue to fill it up, monitor the pressure, and then retest from there. Alrighty folks, and final part of the video, we got the compressor running, clutch is activated, all the gauges look good. Basically they just balanced out to roughly 30 psi on the low side and about 150 on the high side. It is 64 degrees outside right now, so that's pretty good for you know, Texas heat. If it was, you know, 90, 100 degrees, then yeah, make sure you get that high side a little higher to the 180, 200 mark. But being that the temperature is pretty cool right now, that's where it sits. And then when we do come inside the truck, I mean, we come check it out. Man, this thing's blowing nice and cold now. So if y'all need AC repair, y'all hit us up, let us know.